Hey everyone, in this video, this is different than usual. This video I'm giving you tips on how to become a nightlife photographer. So this video is for anyone who hasn't done nightlife photography before and is aiming to become one. So these tips could come in handy. Now this is exclusive for Republic of Ireland because other countries might have different rules, such as Northern Ireland, England, Scotland, Wales, Spain, France, Germany, Portugal, etc. or different continents too. So rules might differ. So in the meantime, sit down, relax, grab a drink, grab a snack and enjoy the video. Right, first things first, you got to get yourself a camera. You can't do nightlife without a camera, and you need to get yourself a card reader because the camera recommend, well, I think it has Wi-Fi or Bluetooth, I can't remember, but personally I recommend using a card reader. It's faster. And get yourself an SD card and a flash. So the camera I recommend is a Canon 60. This is the Mark 1, not the Mark 2. So it's dirt cheap. You get an MVP, but make sure you check the shutter count too, because I think it's going to go up to 100,000 shutter count, because this is a full frame camera and 50mm f1.8, really good in low light. So yeah, start off with that, dirt cheap, and it's really good value for money. Adding to the camera, you need a flash. Now this is a cheap flash, got for about 120 euro. I don't know how much it costs now, but it was 120 euro when I got. And make sure you get batteries. This takes AA batteries. Now, not all of them take those batteries. Some could take AAA or their own type of batteries, which is this type of battery there, which is what I use with my main flash when I do nightlife photography in recent months. And finally, get yourself an SD card, a good one, not a cheap one. Get one that can read properly and make sure there's good storage, especially if you're shooting beyond midnight and all that. Next thing you need now is permission from the owner or general manager. So make sure you ring up wherever you plan to do photography in, because they might have their own photographer or someone to promote their business and all that. So make sure you ring up and check with them first, because they might have their own people that do the photos, or they might not be interested. So ring up before you go in. Right, so when you get accepted and you're doing your nightlife, don't stand in the corner doing nothing or something like that. Go up and approach people, ask them if they like to get in a photo, have a laugh and a banter with them too, make them want to get in a photo, excite them. Don't be afraid to be a bit of a madman and get out of your comfort zone, and yeah, hype them to get in the photo. Some will say yes, some will say no. If they say no, you got to respect their decision. If they say yes, that's good, snap away. And some might want to have a look, so allow them to have a look at the photo. And some might ask you where the photo is going to. Be straight up and honest and let them know where the photos go to, whether social media, newspaper, etc. Be straight up and honest with them. Next, if there's lasers, ask the DJ or the nightclub manager to reduce the lasers or turn them off, because that will destroy your sensor. So don't be afraid to come up and ask for the manager, owner or the DJ to request them not to use laser lights, or try and keep away from them, because that will fry up your sensor. Right, be equal to your subjects. Don't just photograph women or just men, photograph both of them, and yeah, be equal to them, because if you only photograph one or the other, especially women, that's being a creep. Not only that, photograph the surrounding area, photograph the drinks, and photograph the atmosphere. Don't just go for people or something like that. Go for the atmosphere, go for the crowd, and go for the drinks, because that's what nightclubs and bars mainly consist of. So go for everything as much as you can. Next is, don't be afraid to go for candid shots. If you see a good moment when people are dancing, don't be afraid to capture the moment. But personally, I recommend show people like the photos that you captured, just in case they're self-insecure or self-conscious. So that's what I personally recommend. But other than that, try and go for candid shots if you're able to, or something like that, because they do tell a good story. Next is, a lot of people like to get in closer for the photo, so do not be afraid to shout, "Everybody, get in closer, get in closer," because you're limited in negative space and all that. So that allows you to eliminate what's going on behind them and all that, and that'd be the next tip. So don't be afraid to get everybody to get closer and all that, and it's easier for you to get a group shot, so it is. Right, next tip, as I mentioned a few moments ago about negative space. People like to have romantic time when they're on nights out and all that, and the term for that is called shifting. So couples shift on nights out. It's very common, it's normal, and what you want to do is respect their privacy. So when you're photographing people, make sure, look around you, all right, look around you and see if there's no couples kissing behind you. If there is, move your subject to another location to avoid that, because couples will get uncomfortable and all that, and it's not nice invading their privacy and all that. So respect the people who are shifting and all that, and try not to get them in the frame. So when you're photographing, make sure you observe the surrounding area. Next is, even though people did consent to getting the photos, but they might be a fan of them afterwards, that's okay. So next tip is, and this is for me personally, is give out your social media details and request them to screenshot the photo that they don't like and get them to message it to you. And if they don't have your social media details, contact the general manager or the owner of the venue or nightclub, and they can reach out to me so I can move the photo for them. So that's the best way to get in contact if you see a photo and you're not comfortable with it. And that's not a bad thing, it's a common thing as well. It can happen to any photographer or any person if you're photographing or videoing in the nightclub. Now this is photography only video, because even though I do reels here and there and all that, but I'm a photographer, not a videographer. And I think I mentioned it already in the video that always ask for people who would like to get in a photo and all that, and if they say no, then you move on to your next subject and be respectful of what the other people say. So always get consent, and if it's a candid shot, then show them the photo that you captured and make sure they're okay with that. So I'm doing this part again just to remind you. What is the best place to go to photograph if you're in a nightclub, right? So if the lasers are very strong on the dance floor, or there's someone manageable, or you're able to fight them, try to go to the smoking area or the beer garden, because that's where people usually hang out, and try to get the photos there. And plus lighting does be a lot better around that situation as well. So don't be afraid to go to the smoking area or the beer garden, and if you're able to get by the lasers, then go for the dance floor. But again, you must request a DJ if you want them off or something like that, to avoid getting your sensor destroyed. Next tip is, when you're in a nightclub, expect sticky floors. Drinks such as cocktails, Guinness, Heineken, Coors and all that to be spilled on the ground, so floors will be sticky. So keep that in mind, and that goes for any venue or nightclubs that you're in. So bear that in mind. Next is, introduce yourself to the bouncers. Let them know who you are and that you're working for the venue and all that. Some might double check just to be sure that you're legit and not a random person coming into creeping on people and all that. So introduce yourself, declare who you are, and get along with the bouncers and all that. Be their friend, don't be their enemy. Next is, if you already have a camera, something like an entry-level DSLR, get something to protect it, because there might be a chance you might be shooting in the rain or something like that. Depends on what type of nightclub it is, or bar or something like that, or even out in a smoking area, it's raining, it's lashing. Protect your gear, and also protect it from drinks being spilled and all that. So be aware on your surroundings and all that, and also be aware of Mother Nature. So if she hits you with a vengeance, again that's my phone there, sorry, if she hits you with a vengeance, watch out. Even if your camera is weather sealed, like my camera gear, they're weather sealed, but always protect it no matter what. Next is, be creative. Get people like taking a selfie. Yes, you might have to instruct them to do it because they might be unfamiliar with that. So get the person in the front to hold the phone up, whether it's my phone, their friend's phone, or something like that, or even their own phone. Just get a phone or something like that, and get the person to lead the way and the friends to follow. Make sure they're not looking at you, make sure they're looking at the phone, and get them laughing at each other. Doesn't matter who they are, whether male or female, don't be afraid to get them to have a laugh, and if they have drinks, get them to go cheers or something like that. And don't go for just stationary shots. Get people when they're like having their hands in the air or something like that, lifting up their knees, etc., or their back of the foot. Try to be creative, add more fun to the shot and all that. And if you're uncomfortable going for candid shots, you can always instruct them to do dance poses and all that, if they're able to do it. and they're comfortable enough to do it too. So don't go for just stationary shots, be creative, because at the end of the day you're promoting yourself and you're promoting the nightclub and venue. Next is dress up respectfully. So dress up with a pair of jeans or something like that. Now I don't recommend wearing heavy clothing, even if it's freezing or something like that. Wear light clothing, put your heavy jackets in the courtroom or something like that, but don't be doing photography, nightlife photography in heavy clothing and all that, because you will sweat with the steam and all that, and huge crowds, etc. So do not wear heavy clothing, and also dress respectfully. Next is, if you did Scene Intelligent Auto, which is this mode here, bear with me for a second, the green mode, not sure if you can see that properly because it's focusing on me. That's called Scene Intelligent Auto. Everything's done automatically, but press the focus a few times to focus on your subject, because the camera might hunt, and tell people not to have lights facing your camera and all that, because you need to use the autofocus assist beaming, so you do, which is up along where your flash is or where the camera body is itself. So if it's really dark and there's no light in, different story, but use your autofocus assist beaming to try and capture your shot, and tell people not to have lights right in front of the camera because you might overexpose your shot. Next is have Adobe Lightroom. Trust me, have Adobe Lightroom, edit your photos, and also you could put your watermark on it too. That's where I put my watermark on my photos, is from Adobe Lightroom. So use Adobe Lightroom to edit your photos, correct exposure and all that. And people might ask, have you got the photos ready? If they have your social media details, let them know they're in the works and all that, and they'll understand, because people who did message me before, thankfully they do understand, and they're very polite about it, because they can understand. I just want to make sure my photos are edited correctly. Next is, don't be afraid to shoot like this. Now I'm just setting my camera back to manual mode, so I'm not shooting automatically by accident. So don't be afraid to shoot like this if the area is a bit tight there, because personally I rather my shots to come out like this, but don't be afraid to shoot like this if the area is tight and you're trying to get more than one people in. And also adjust your flash, so make sure your flash does go around like this, so that way then you're make sure the flash is bouncing correctly and all that. And also use a diffuser. People wear glasses and all that, you might see their eyes if you take off the diffuser, so make sure use a diffuser. This flash here, most of these do come with diffuser, so make sure you use a diffuser at all costs, or buy one if you don't have any. Get a diffuser. Next tip is, and this is my final tip, have fun. Have fun. Alright, you need to have fun, you need to enjoy doing this job. Don't stand in a corner being miserable or dry shite or something like that. Have fun, fight with the crowd, interact with people, whether they're drunk or not. It's very common. You need to be sociable when you're doing this job. You want people to approach you, have fun with them. Don't be afraid to be a madman or something like that, because if you're being a dry shite, nobody wants you, because you're being a creep in the corner. So don't be a creep in the corner and have the time of your life doing this job. Alright, because this is the type of job, now it's not like a wedding or something like that where you need to keep professional and all that. This is a job where everyone's having fun, and you need to have fun too. And that wraps up for this video. Thank you so much for watching, I really appreciate that. Drop a like and a comment, and I'll see you all in the next one. Don't forget, have fun, be approachable, and enjoy yourself. Bye bye.